Hi, Leo. Welcome to your end of July 2023 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. Uh, it's a perfect card to get the Fool card. Um, because oh my goodness, look at this Two of Cups. That can be, and I was just thinking about the Venus retrograde in your sign, which is occurring during this time frame. Okay, I'm gonna pick an additional card. This is the Seven of Swords. There's certain cards. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so during the second half of July, astrologically, the sun goes into your sign. So I was thinking of 0 point. I was thinking the Fool card, and this new beginning, new cycle for you. But then on top of that, there's a Venus retrograde in your sign on this very same day. So, and it's at a late degree of Leo. It's like 28 degrees. So, um, Venus will be retrograding until September 3rd when it goes direct at 12 degrees, 12 minutes of Leo. So, even in the month of June, when Venus went into Leo, it slowed down because it was preparing to retrograde. So you're having it hang around in your sign for a long time. And for anyone, this can be somebody from the past coming back, an old lover. And we also are going to have Mercury retrograde during a portion of this, towards the end of August, going into September. So, anyway, I thought I'd pause this because the train was going by, but I guess not. So I'm just going to go. Um, the heart of the matter is the Two of Wands, and this is a card of, any two in the tarot reading can be some sort of decision. You're at the horns of a dilemma. You see the world, the globe there, and that can even be about relocation. Should you go somewhere maybe far away? And there's a part of you that doesn't want to. This can be like two different career paths because wands can be about careers. And I feel like any kind of relationship issue. And one of the central themes, because it is the Two of Wands, and you are a fire sign, Leo, is the issue of passion in the relationship. So, people get together for different reasons, and sometimes they're very pragmatic reasons. They have nothing really to do with being in love. A woman gets pregnant, they decide they're going to be together, or there are just many reasons why people decide to commit that don't necessarily involve love. But Leo is a sign you might think that's a crime, even if you did, participate in it, because you are so passionate and you do want you want things to be larger than life. You don't want to live in a very kind of a small sort of way, with ordinary experiences. In the past position, and this can be just the recent past, we have the Ace of Cups. That suggests new love coming into your life. For some of you, this might have, and that, when I just want to say with this card, yes, of course, it could be falling in love with somebody, but it can simply be somebody who shows you this love that lets you know that there is this possibility for that type of emotion. If you have been used to something other than that, you may have forgotten what it would feel like. And this can be especially true for people who have been in long-term relationships where there's so much that has happened that you begin to forget that there is magic out there in love. It's with the two of wands and the ace of cups. It is like that longing for, somebody who maybe feels the same way you do. And yet there might be other priorities in some cases. Like I said, with the two, there can be two people. And so it's not necessarily that easy to just walk away from something. Leos are said to be very loyal, but some of that can be that Leo doesn't necessarily want to change things because it's a fixed sign, so it would rather stick with what it knows. But I feel that if somebody is really kind of starving emotionally, sometimes it's like they can't go any further in that particular relationship. It's just like they don't feel like they're alive even. So it's not about just, going off on a whim and wanting to just have these affairs and pretend that the person's in love. This is more, because the Ace of Cups is involved, this is much more about true love. The higher message is the Fool, and this particular deck does kind of mimic the Rider-Waite deck in showing somebody that is at risk of falling off of a cliff, and that can indicate that the person, they have their head in the clouds, so to speak, and they're not really grounded necessarily, but what it can mean, you see the ground itself is like this sacred geometry, and that to me is this womb of creation, the 0 point, and this is the 0 card, where anything is possible. But it's also the unknown, and that's like a big theme of the Fool, is like, is the person willing to step into the unknown? And this could be new territory for you. And if you have, even some of you may have been single. The Two of Wands may not be that you're committed to someone, but simply, should I even get together with this person? Because I have been through the ringer. Because I look at the card that crosses you, it's in the Ten of Swords. So that idea of betrayal, that can be a part of this. You may still be reeling from some kind of betrayal, and perhaps you had even written off relationships, and now it's game on. One thing too I have to mention is that on August 1st, there will be a full moon in Aquarius, which is your opposite sign. So that could hit your 7th house of relationships. And even though it's not technically at the end of July, it is so close to July. So perhaps that's one of the reasons that this is more of a relationship reading. But yeah, that is not uncommon for people that have been burned in love to kind of like, even if they find somebody who's very caring, they still can have trust issues. I was going to say, and if you have the moon in Scorpio, that might be a theme in your life anyway. What's coming in is a Two of Cups, and you can see two hands joining together. This is a card of commitment. This is the card of reuniting with someone. So that's certainly apropos for the Venus retrograde, but even the idea of commitment, that could be what the Two of Wands is all about. Are you willing to commit to something? because even if you have gotten hurt in the past. And because this is the card that's coming in, it suggests that you will. Now, the Two of Cups can also be a card of forgiveness, and I think that is definitely something that has to be a part of the process when you're trying to move on with your life. Even if somebody really screwed you over, and cheated on you, what have you, I still believe that you have to make peace with it in order to fully move on and be able to embrace new love in your life. The outcome card is the Seven of Swords, and this is one of the reasons why I picked an additional card, because although I don't think in this context it would mean, dealing with somebody who's cheating, because this is like a card of somebody who's being underhanded in some way, including physical theft. But this is also a card of relying on yourself, or kind of keeping your own counsel, which means that if let's say you have met somebody that you're in love with, you might not have gone very far with this person. Perhaps it's, even a coworker or something like that. It's just you just are smitten with someone, and maybe your typical response in the past would be to tell your friends about it and talk about how great this person is. And for some reason, you're holding back right now, and you're just kind of doing your own thing. That's because you've had situations in the past where people were giving you their 2 cents about your life and your situation, and it really wasn't what you needed to hear. It really wasn't necessarily good for you to hear those things. And it's not that the people were being malicious. It was just that they were kind of projecting their own stuff onto your situation, which isn't transferable. We all have individual things that are going on. So yeah, something like that. And then also the Seven of Swords can simply be if you are in a relationship with someone currently, it might be kind of a sticky wicket where you have to kind of ease your way out of that situation. You don't necessarily want to call attention to what is going on behind the scenes. You just want to find a way to kind of disengage with that individual. So I picked a card of clarification, and I got the Star card. This is Faith and Unseen Forces. This card is connected to your opposite sign, Aquarius. So this could be a timing card with that Aquarius full moon. Something significant that will happen after that, transit, that will clarify things, or that will clear out an old situation, tie up loose ends, because a full moon can be like that. But also, you may be more hopeful now. You may have hope restored in your life because you are seeing what true love can bring to a situation. And maybe it's like a revelation for some people because they haven't experienced that before. So that's what I have for you, Leo. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, I'm promoting my double readings, which are natal chart analysis. And it's an hour of natal chart analysis with an hour of upcoming transits for the next 12 months. We are still in Leo season as I record this. And so if you want to look at some of the things that are trends that are going on, with your particular chart, the themes, that's a great time to do it. And I have one with the tarot. Well, I actually have two now with the tarot. One is just like you can choose between natal chart or transits with the tarot. And I'm calling that my sampler platter. It was formerly called the whole enchilada, but I thought if I'm going to call it whole, I should include the tarot and the deep dive. So that is all three of those full-length readings for a special price if you want it all. So you can find out more information at the link below. I'm at RainaMoonAstrology.com. Thank you for watching. Bye.